All right, let's send things over to our First Alert meteorologist, Jeff Ray, talk about the forecast, the never-changing forecast.
It's never hot.
Yeah.
Guys, we're on track right now. Currently, it's like the fourth warmest start to October. And if it continues, we get halfway to October, it'll be like the third fastest, hottest start to October. Of course, we haven't had a drop of rain on top of all these very warm temperatures. Time lapse shows you, oh, it was just a day like all the other days so far in October, save for the wasps. Blue sky, 87 degrees. The dew point's in the low 60s. I want to let you know that we have this east wind. It'll take another day, but we'll drop the dew points as we get into the weekend. Tomorrow and the weekend, promise to have some lower dew points, lower humidity, but the temperatures, they'll be the same. As far as this evening, we are thinking that temperatures will probably be in the 80s by 8 o'clock as we fall into the evening. We continue to lose daylight. We lose about an hour of daylight this month. And by the time we get to the midnight hour, we're down into the 70s. We'll probably end up down into the low 60s, mid 60s in some areas. But of course, at the State Fair, oh, the warm weather continues. 89 tomorrow. We expect the start of the weekend to be 89 degrees for the big game, football game that falls the afternoon. And we'll just have mostly really sunny skies on both of those days. So we'll be watching the temperatures really for the next several days. We're going to be well above normal. The high tomorrow, like I said, 89, Saturday 89, probably in the 90s on Sunday and Monday. See the little box below in gray here, we're like plus 10. That's 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. So very warm weather. And I'm just afraid to say that this trend continues. What you're seeing behind me is the 6-10 day, the 8-14 day, the 3 to 4 week outlook. So basically the rest of the month, and dry and hot, hot and dry, hot and dry. Yeah, it's the same trend through the end of the month as it looks. Now, that doesn't mean we won't have a drop of rain or we won't have a couple of cool days. It does look, however, that we will be dealing with pretty much the same weather, at least for the next 10 days or so. So the game coming up, well, you know, would they ever consider moving this game to the evening hours? Because lately the trend has been, save for just like a couple of years ago when a cold front came through right before the big game on Saturday. It was in the 70s. I was at that game. It was gorgeous. But we've had temperatures pretty much in the 90s during these games. And of course, it's much warmer out on the field under the sun. We will have a weekend that's both dry and warm and sunny. On Sunday, it will be breezy, however, and that's going to increase our fire risk. Sunday, we expect winds to get up in that 20-mile-per-hour range with gusts up to 25, and how dry things have been, that's going to increase the fire risk. So keep that in mind on Sunday if you're outside. Please, no outdoor burning. But this will only be the start of what will continue next week. Highs around 90 degrees, overnight lows in the upper 60s, and we'll probably get into next weekend, guys, with much the same.